Hey friends, today's podcast topic is senior living, and there's a lot of confusion between senior living and old age homes and assisted living. We've invited Mr. Anantharam Varayur, who's an expert, a co-founder of Manasum Senior Living. He's very passionate about building this sector, and Mr. Anantharam has also been the executive director of BNI, the well-known networking organization. Let us welcome Mr. Anantharam to today's podcast. The Kishen Milaney Podcast. It's a pleasure to have you with us and to learn more about senior living. There's a lot of confusion, and we want to know from the horse's mouth. You've been a veteran in this.
Yeah. Namaskar. Thank you very much for inviting me to this podcast. I'm really honored to be part of this.
Sure. Thank you, sir. So, sir, we want to understand the landscape of senior living. What exactly is this, and how does this function?
Yeah. So if you look at senior living, there are a lot of confusion with the people. So they are not clear what exactly it is, or at what stage, or to whom it is required.
Yeah.
So if you look at senior living, it is broadly classified into two sectors actually. One is called as the active living, the other one is called as the assisted living. Okay. So in the active living, what happens, the people will be capable of taking care of themselves, and they are fine with to participate in all the activities and things like that. Okay. The only thing is they are getting a luxury of not doing so many routine activities themselves. Okay, like in terms of cooking, or in terms of cleaning their houses, or housekeeping, and those are all the things which they want to get rid of actually. Okay,
Correct.
So the active senior living. So when it comes to the assisted living, so here basically what happens, the people need little bit more care actually. In the sense, some people may be a little bit immobile, and they need some support for their movement, or they require the support for all their daily activities, like even for right from the taking the bath, or the diaper changing, and so many other things. Okay.
Mhm.
So that is the assisted living. So when it goes to the assisted living, even in assisted living, there are so many varieties out there. Like something maybe a post-operative, somebody might have got operation, knee surgery, or hip surgery, or whatever it is, some surgery, and now they want somebody to take care of them. Or it could be a long-term, it could be a dementia cases, or care. So these are all the acute cases. So there are many things. I mean, it's a very, very vast, the field.
Yeah, and then, sir, how is old age home? I mean, there are a lot of misconceptions about the two, senior
Yeah.
living and old age home. So, what is old age home exactly then?
Exactly. So I think you hit the nail. This also we keep getting a lot of confusions from the people. In a sense, people sometimes confuse the senior living as a old age home. Okay. Actually, it is not exactly the old age home. See, what exactly is the old age home? See, this is a place where people will feel that, okay, they might have got dumped by somebody. They were not able to take care, and that is why they took them and then put them there and things like that. So those kind of a stigma is there for the old age home. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably people might have come to the old age home because of various other reasons also.
Yeah.
Financially, they may be having a challenges, or they don't have any children, or there may be so many other reasons how the people would have moved to the old age home.
Correct.
But the senior living per se is like a by choice. Okay.
Yeah.
It is by choice you are moving there. What happens? Let me just give you a scenario. See,
Yeah.
I stay in a place in Bangalore, in a place called as Jainagar, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So here there are a lot of big bungalows are there, the independent villas. Okay. Where each of them are 2,000, 3,000 square feet size apartments, or it could be independent houses. But you go there, many of these places you will be seeing the only the couple staying there. Okay.
Mhm.
Like seniors, either both husband and wife, or either the wife or a husband, they are staying alone. Okay. And then for them to have a good life, they will start hiring the people. Like first start with the servant maid, then the cook, then one driver, then one security guard, one gardener. So literally, if you look at these people will be running a facility management company at this age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is very difficult, right? I mean, at this stage, managing so many people and then their salary, their leave, their food, all those things there. Okay. So it's not so easy. So where we tell the people, like, why don't you move to a senior living kind of a society or a place where all these expenses are shared. Okay. All these resources are shared. Okay.
Correct.
That means when you move to a senior living place, we will have a central kitchen. So then there are housekeeping team which will come and clean your houses. Then we have a concierge service where they will take you in case if you want to go and attend a wedding or a function or anywhere or a shopping or doctor visits. So there are people available. So that means you have everything, all the facilities, but managed by someone else. Okay. You do not have to break your head for all those things.
Yeah.
That's the primary difference between the old age home and senior.
What would be is there any age criteria to get into senior living?
So if you look at, see, when it comes to the buying of this senior living unit, okay, by the by, there are so many options to get into a senior living. Okay. One is either you can buy the units, buy the apartment or the villa or whatever it is. That means you buy a real estate like any other real estate what you buy. That is the first one. Second one is you can rent it. Okay, you want to rent it for even starting from a month or to an year or for 5 years or whatever it is, you can rent it. Okay, forever. Then the third option is leasing. Like you can take it for a long-term lease, maybe 10 years lease, 15-year lease. So these options available. So these are all the various options available in senior living. Okay, now it comes to the living. See, buying anyone can buy. For example, children can buy it for their parent. Okay. So that means they are not old people, right? Or some people will buy it as an investment. They will think that, okay, today I don't need senior living facility, but I may need it after 5 years, after 10 years. Okay.
Correct.
So they will do the investment today. However, most of the senior livings has got a criteria to stay. Okay. So the people who are going to stay there, minimum they have to be around 55 years. In fact, one of our project, it is 50 years and above. Okay.
All right.
Between husband and wife, one person has to be above 50 or of that age.
Yeah.
Yeah, above a particular age to stay there permanently. But visiting them on and off, no, like the children are visiting, visiting, then there is no restriction. I mean, people can just come, visit them, and then they will go back, right? Okay.
So when these people visit, so the house is big enough that they have another extra room for these people to stay, or you have some extra facility for these guests?
Yeah, exactly. So in some facilities, there are some guest house available, like guest rooms rather. Okay.
Yeah.
But in some facilities, there are regular houses itself. For example, if you take Manasum, what we do is normally we keep around 10, 15 houses. That means I told you, like some of the people will do the investment today, but they will not move in now. So what we do is talk to those people, take those units on rental on us. Okay. And then when the children come here for 10 days, 15 days, 1 month, so they can hire these kind of houses so that their parent will have their own privacy that will not be disturbed. Okay. At the same time, children are staying in the same complex in a different unit. Okay. Of course, they'll hold days together. They are in any of the houses, but for sleeping and other things, they can use the other.
Correct. And sir, today's times, what are the needs of the senior citizen as per you? Like the times are evolving. So what do you think the senior citizens need in a house then? Yeah.
So there are primarily there are 3 needs for any seniors. Okay. First thing is the food. Okay. It means if somebody can take care of the preparation of the food. Okay. Because like if there are only one person is there or 2 people are there couple, for them, whatever is their daily needs, it is very difficult for them to prepare themselves. Okay, because the quantities are small and the taste may be varying every other day. Okay, because of the age catching up and things like that. Okay, and sometimes what happens, whatever they have cooked in the morning, they will keep it in the evening, reheat it, eat it. Okay, these things. Okay. So that problem is taken care in all the senior living projects, like in our Manasum, like for example, right from morning, bed coffee, breakfast, lunch, evening snacks, night dinner, and bedtime milk, everything is provided as a package. Okay. So that means they need not have to cook anytime, and every meal is a fresh meal. Okay. Breakfast also, it will be varieties. Like you will have every day different breakfast. In Indian context, you will have so many varieties of breakfast, both ones, North Indian. So you can have lots of varieties. Okay. So every day there will be a change in breakfast, change in menu of the lunch, and the dinner and everything. Okay. So that's one problem. Second one is the major one is the medical. Okay. So in case of an emergency, what will happen? One is the routine medical. Okay. Like routinely checking their whether it is sugar levels or BP or whatever it is. So those things are all taken. Second thing is the emergency response. Okay. How, like if I, as I told you, in place like Jainagar, where within 2 to 3 kilometers of radius, I have at least minimum 4 to 5 hospitals. Okay. If there is an emergency, how will I reach to that hospital so quickly? Because is there, suppose if the couple staying here alone, okay, so how will they reach out to a hospital in time to emergency? Let's say midnight, something happens, or somebody falls down, they fall in the or in the from the cot, there sometimes they may chances of fall. So or some heart attack or anything happens. Okay, so how they will reach out to the medical facility, calling the ambulance or who is going to call? They will be at panic, or sometimes if they are unconscious. So there are so many things. Okay, so that is the how quickly we can respond to the emergencies medical. Okay, that problem is also solved by most of the senior living project, where you will have 24/7 paramedic staff available within the premises, and you have a 24/7 ambulance standing there, and you will have 24/7 manager, the resident manager available. So in case of an emergency, we will have the panic alarm buttons fitted everywhere in the house, be it bathroom or bedroom or the living room. So everywhere you will have the panic alarm buttons available. Okay. So that way you will be able to reach out to the emergency situations quickly. So that's the third one is your routine activities, and then the concierge services, like your housekeeping services, cleaning of the houses, or the whatever the so since many people they don't cook, so there is no question of cleaning the vessels or anything like that. So then the other things like bathroom cleaning or the house cleaning, right? So all those things are taken care. Then washing of the clothes, okay, that is all taken care. Then the concierge services, if they want to go to either to the bank or a post office or to a temple or wedding or anything, they need not have to do the driving, okay, because over a period of time, our driving skills also keeps coming down. So there's no need to do the driving. And then for that, either you should have a self-driving, you should drive, or you should have a driver, okay. Correct. So not needed. Even many people, we recommend them when they move to our place to sell off their cars or whatever it is, take money also into some FD, and then once in a while when they want to go out, they can use the services from us. Okay. So these major things are taken care in senior living.
As for we're talking about the food. So now a lot of people are turning vegetarian or even vegan for that matter. So you have, does the facility provide these services also?
Yeah, definitely. Like for example, many people will ask different preferences. Even in terms of the regular food itself, some will have a little bit spicy and less spicy, or there is going to be a variation. Even in the rice, some people will have a medium hard, some will have soft rice they want. So those kind of facilities, some with onion, without onion, without garlic. Okay, so we will be able to cater to any of these situations.
My God, that is quite a bit. To cater to that way, it's quite a bit. I mean, so tell me, sir, if I may ask you, what kind of monthly expenses do these people incur for a couple? For example, just in ballpark figure.
See, if you take, for example, let's come to food first. Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to food, right from morning, your bed coffee. Okay. So bed coffee maybe around 6 o'clock. Then the morning breakfast around 7:30, 8 o'clock, along with coffee, tea. Then some cut fruits and either the cut fruits or the cornflakes and various other things. Bread, butter, or whatever it is, what they take in the morning breakfast. Okay. All these things are included. Then the lunch. Lunch will be a full-fledged lunch. Sometimes it will be for some of the people in South India, they eat the ragi ball or the pulka or the rice. Then this ghee sambar and all those incurred papad pickle, whatever it is. It's going to be a full-fledged meal. It's nothing like a limited kind of a thing. Then again, evening could be a coffee, tea with snacks, and night dinner with all the things. In fact, in some places in South India, people don't eat the rice. They eat tiffin kind of a thing like idli, vada, dosa. Idli, dosa, or the pongal, and those kind of things for a night dinner also. Okay. So with any of these combinations, and night bedtime milk. So most of the people has got a habit of drinking milk. So this whole thing will be somewhere anywhere between 7,500 rupees to 8,000 rupees roughly. Okay, plus GST per person.
Per person.
Per month.
Very reasonable, sir.
Yeah. Roughly it comes around 300 to 300 rupees per day. Yeah. Roughly.
All right. So
that is, it is the first cost. The second is the housekeeping. Okay.
Yeah.
See, housekeeping also, some people will say that I want daily housekeeping, or some may say, alternate days you do it, that's enough. As there is no much work at home and all, right? Okay. So it all depends on what they do. So that housekeeping charges may vary anywhere between 1,500 rupees, max to max some 2,000, 2,500 rupees. Okay. Depending upon the size of the houses.
Yeah.
So that is the housekeeping. Then comes the maintenance charges. So when it comes to the CAM, what we call it as common area maintenance, unlike your regular apartment, say regular apartment, you will have your CAM charges anywhere between 3.5 rupees to 4 rupees maximum.
Absolutely.
Square feet. Whereas in senior living kind of a places, it will go anywhere between 8.5 rupees even up to 10 rupees.
I see.
Per square feet. Like suppose if you have around, let's say 800 square feet of 1 BHK house, so around 6.5 to 7,000 rupees. Yeah, roughly.
And this is over and above the electricity that they'll be consuming for whatever appliances they use.
Water will be included in this usually. So only the electricity, and then your telephone bill if you are having a telephone connection, or if you are having the cable TV connection or an internet connection. So those are all extra.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, what are the challenges faced by the senior living sector? Like affordability is one, access to quality care is one, and social isolation is also a very big problem which these people face. And how can these be improved?
So as I told, a couple of challenges in the senior living is definitely all these problems what we talked so far. Okay. And one of them is definitely an isolation. Because see what happens when you are staying in either your independent house or in big apartments, what will happen? Children are away, you are alone. Okay. And then, so there is nobody is there whole day. If there are couple, they'll be spending most of their time in front of a TV or whatever it is, or it's alone, right? So when it comes to senior living, there are lot of activities which keeps happening. Like for example, right from morning around 11 o'clock, we have yoga sessions. Then after the lunch, many of the people to avoid to get a sleep, like they don't want to sleep in the afternoon. Because if they sleep in the afternoon, night sleep will be disturbed.
Correct.
That's why they want to avoid that afternoon sleep. At that time, they go for playing the cards or a billiards or things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then some people will be playing the carom and whatever it is. And then when it comes to the magazines and all, we get all the magazines, all languages, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, English, everything. Okay. Then we have a very good library with more than 1,000, 1,500 or even 2,000 books. So available depending upon the location. And in fact, a lot of seniors also, they keep donating us the books actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, then apart from that, the evening, a lot of people will do the bhajan, some satsang and things like that. So like that, and for example, every Saturday in one of our facility, we have something called as a study circle, where one of the person will give a presentation about one particular topic actually. Okay. They will take up any topic. I mean, if you look at the seniors, their knowledge, we have a wealth of knowledge there. Okay. People have seen the entire life and they have been in big positions in their, they would have retired. And kind of expertise what they have in each and every topic is enormous. Okay. So every Saturday we have something called as a study circle. One person will give a presentation for about 45 minutes. After that, there'll be a question and answer, a debate kind of thing will happen. So that's a very interesting thing, actually. So these kind of things, activities, plus all the festivals are celebrated together. Okay. So whether it is Sankranti or what do you call Yugadi, or in the Indian festivals or the Onam. So all those type of things, we have a lot of special meals on that day. I mean, theme-based meals. So that way, people will get involved in all those things, decorating. So throughout the day, they are busy. If I can quote one small incident which happened.
Please.
Yeah. To tell you what happened in one of the residents. The mother used to call son. He is in US actually. So whenever she is getting bored, she will make a phone call to him. And like many times, first thing is our time difference. Okay.
Yeah.
When we are sleeping, we are awake. When we are sleeping, they are awake. So that is what. Apart from that, whenever she gets she gets connected, sometimes he will be saying that I am in one meeting, I'll call you later, or let us catch up during the weekend, something like that. Okay. Yeah. Now it has become reverse. Whenever he is calling, she is busy in some activity. Okay. So she tells her, call me afterwards, I'm busy. Okay. Then one day he called me. He called Sumati, my wife, rather. Okay. Yeah. This is my mother keeps on telling that she is so busy. What is she doing there? Okay. So that way.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Our objective is to keep them engaged.
Engaged. Yes. And what better way to keep them engaged in all the things that they like? Like this evening presentation that you talked about every Saturday. This is amazing because these people have so much of knowledge, so much of wealth, which they want to share it with people. Amazing. Very nice, sir. So,
we recommend out of these talks, actually.
And so, these the isolation and all, you can improve by doing this. Getting into,
We have so many games also. Like, this is some of the things what I told. Apart from that, we have an activity manager in all our centers. Okay. So this activity manager keeps doing so many activities. So like some of the old games they will be doing. or the mind games actually, or Sudoku. So they will be doing a lot of competitions also.
Yeah.
And in fact, we are also part of an organization called as ASLI, Association for Senior Living in India. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So this ASLI, what we do is amongst all the senior living facilities across India, we have a competition actually. We have a Rangoli competition, we have a singing competition, we have a fashion show competition. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have the dance performance competition. We have Sudoku competition. Like we have so many puzzles competition. So we have lot of competitions amongst this the senior living communities. All okay,
Yeah.
and most of them are online. Okay, we have online competition.
Very nice. Sir, what's your take? What's your vision for senior living going forward? And your company, Manasum, you have co-founded. So how is it standing different, and what is it doing to ensure that happens?
Yeah. So we are three of us, myself and my wife Sumati, and then Kushal Ramesh. So three of us are the partners in Manasum. Okay. So now, so today, currently, if you look at Manasum, has got over 1,000 plus units with us. Okay.
Okay.
Now, by the end of this year, we should be touching anywhere about 2,500 units. Okay. So probably in the next 3 years, there is a scope to touch even up to 10,000 units. Okay. So this is the speed at which the senior living market is growing in India. I'm sure there is a huge potential is of it. So that's one thing. So when
just talking about the potential, would you have any numbers like what kind of an consumption happens in India vis-a-vis developed countries?
So if you look at the India is a growing market for senior living.
Yeah.
Like when we entered about 8 to 9 years back, so there was a lot of taboo attached to this.
Yeah.
As you said, many people used to think that it may be like a old age home. And if I'm sending my parent there, what society will think? All those things were there. But now I'm telling you, touch wood, all those things are gone. People have understood the actual need of a senior living and then why it is needed. And a lot of people are coming in voluntarily. And according to some of the reports from both JLL and CBRE and all, the Indian senior market is, the Indian senior population will become double by 2050. Okay.
Okay.
So from 205 by 2050, the whatever is the current population, it's going to become exactly double. That is one. Second, disposable income is becoming higher and higher. They had a senior, both in terms of the disposing their old real estate, what they have accumulated, or in terms of the interest from their fixed deposits or the savings, or the some of the this one, what is that? Pension. Okay, the pension amount are also increased. Just 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
So pension amounts are all increasing. So with all these things, there is a good the disposable income available with them. And now the people have started spending for themselves. See, earlier, like a trend with all our parents or whatever it is, they always want to save for their children. Right? Yeah. So this is for my son, this is for my daughter. Whether they make a bit or the money, always they save it for themselves. But constantly we keep educating the people. Why don't you spend it for yourself? Okay. So that way, now they are willing to go for a shopping. They are ready to go for buying something for themselves. Okay. Otherwise, if you look at my parents, hardly they have bought anything for themselves, right? Now, slowly that needs to be educated.
Yeah.
So that way, the market, it is growing like anything. And especially the southern states as of now in India is holding nearly 60% of the market share in India.
Okay.
These states, yeah.
So is it because this caught up with South early or what?
Yeah, so there are a couple of reasons for this. One of the reason is if you look at the migration level, the people from southern state moving to the US and other Western countries is the highest in the country. Okay, because maybe because of their higher education aspirations and things like that. Okay, so a lot of these people have moved out of the country. Okay, and I mean, once they go out, hardly very small percentage of the people come back. Okay,
Come back, yeah.
They're still there itself. So that is one of the reason. And the second thing is, if you look at North India per se, still there is a lot of big joint family culture is there. Okay, like the people staying in a single house. No, that all even if there is some children have moved out, there are a couple of other children who will take care of the parents like that. So and a lot of business houses are from North India. So that means people are rooted in India. Okay.
Correct.
There may be, these are all various reasons why South is leading in senior.
Understand. So, sir, how is Manasum kind of fostering the sense of community among its residents? What is Manasum doing differently compared to other senior livings?
Okay. So, when it comes to Manasum, the kind of options what we give it to the seniors are plenty. Okay. Like, for example, we have, as I told you in the beginning, we have all types of options, whether they can buy the unit or they can rent it for a short stay, they can lease it out for a long stay, and they can also rent it out for a longer period and like that. Okay. And then Manasum is managing the end-to-end in the rental. See, suppose if somebody is buying an apartment from us, what we do is, if they don't want to come here and stay, so we manage all their rental. In the sense, they can give back this unit to us. So we take care of the rentals. And sometimes we also have something called as an assured rental scheme, where whether the unit has gone to somebody for rent or not, still we keep paying them the rent. Okay. So, and the short stays, suppose, for example, if somebody wants to have a trial stay, they want to see whether it works or not. So they can rent from us for a week or 10 days or 15 days like that. Or sometimes what happens if the children are going out abroad for a short period, let's say 1 month, 15 days, 2 months. So even those time also they can leave their parent with us. So when it comes to stay, we have plenty of options. Everything is tailored. Okay, that is one. And the second thing is we have some of the projects in Bangalore and Mysore and Tirupati where it's a pure vegetarian community. Okay. So whereas in Goa, we have the option of both veg and non-veg kind of a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So the differentiation with us. And then apart from that, in terms of the, the various activities. Okay. So engaging the people in throughout the day, doing lots of activities. So we work with them very closely and do it. Okay. So these are all some of the unique points from the Manasum side.
Yeah. And sir, how do you leverage technology? Because technology is a very integral part of any activity now or any facility. So how do you utilize this?
Yeah. So when it comes to technology, there are two types of applications. One is for the back-end operations. Okay. How we use technology for all our back-end operations so that it becomes very efficient in terms of various things like the conserving the manpower or the reducing the prices, cost reduction, getting the hold of what's happening in the field. So for all those things, our back-end technology. In fact, initially we had bits and pieces. For example, for every department, we had a different applications which were doing it. So now what we are doing is in the last 1 month, we are building an entire end-to-end platform ourselves. So in the sense, we are working with a technology partner. Okay.
Yeah.
So he is going to give us an end-to-end platform for us to manage the entire thing. For example, be it kitchen, entire inventory management in the kitchen, or the manpower deployment, or bringing a lot of business intelligence from the daily activities. Okay, how much of the consumption happening in somewhere, how the people are using the our facilities. So a lot more things. So that is one thing, backend side. Then on customer side interface, like for the our seniors to make risk requests in terms of their services or in terms of various things, not only the seniors, their own children and things like that. Okay. So those kind of an integration we are doing. And also by keeping in mind that some of our seniors may not be a tech savvy people. Okay.
Yeah.
So how to make them also to use our technology. So that's also we are working on a regular. So this is
Very nice.
portion of the technology.
Yeah.
Portion of the technology is in terms of the, it could be gadgets, or it could be the panic systems, or it could be the various things which are available for their better living. Okay. So for that, we are trying to partner with various other people who are providing these technologies. They are coming and then giving us the presentations and things like that. So a couple of them we have evaluated and then started implementing a few of those technologies in our facilities as well.
Understand. Sir, let's talk about the people who are serving these senior citizens. Staff make an important integral part of the whole system. And the senior citizens many times are a little impatient. As they grow, they are a little more, they can be a little aggressive also at times. So how do you select the staff? And is it advisable? I mean, do you also consider them to be compassionate and little educated so that they can serve the purpose?
Yeah. I think you have asked one of the most toughest thing in our senior living domain itself. So finding a right staff is very, very tough actually. Okay. So one is any senior living project is a multiple things actually. One is a hospitality sector. Okay. Second one is the caring sector. Third one, it is medical. Okay. So then the facility management. So all these things are integrated as a one senior living product, right? So it's always tough for us to get the right staff. In fact, we have been always in the lookout of the good staff for this. In fact, how much ever the SOPs what we have within the organization, saying that how each and every activity has to be carried out. But what ultimately we have to bind them is based on their emotion. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to talk to them saying that, okay, like these boys or girls who are working with us, they are also staying away from their parents or whatever it is, right? So what we tell them is like, you are away from your parent or your family. So you need to treat these people as your own family. Okay, that is where you start getting the blessings of them and things like that. Okay, so and then training them is also a challenge because many times what happens because of the non-availability of the staff, sometimes it so happens we may have to deploy them quickly into the job. Okay, that we may have to do a lot of on-the-job training to that. So this challenge is there always. But we are continuously working with them and then ensuring them to adopt with that. But apart from that, what we also ensure in Manasum is the basic need for them, like the food and stay. Okay. So what we are doing is at Manasum, in most of our projects, we are taking care of their food and stay of their staff. Okay. So that way, what happens? At least there will be a little bit more percentage of stickiness is there. Otherwise, if you tell them that, okay, I will provide you only one meal, or they have to take care of their stay, it means it will be difficult. Okay. In some of our facilities, within the complex itself, we have made facilities, staff quarters and things like that. All our staff will stay inside the premises. Then we provide them same food, morning, breakfast, lunch, dinner, fresh food prepared every meal. Okay. So that way we are taking care of them. Of course, they will not have any money to be spent on anything. So that whatever they earn becomes like 100% saving, and they will be able to send it to their families elsewhere.
Very nice. This is a very, very important aspect of senior living, because end of the day, it is man management. People are going to run this service. People are going to serve the senior citizens. And unless they are compassionate or educated, they understand things, they are not going to treat the senior citizens that way. It's very important. Sir, about the future of senior living, what are the innovations and emerging trends you feel in senior living now?
Yeah. So, as I told some time back, especially in the technology side, a lot of things are happening. Like, for example, recently, a couple of events what I have attended. So, there are some motion sensors which will detect any motion, like unusual motion, and then that means the fall detections will be there. Or somebody, the bed, if they are falling down. Like, these are all not cameras actually. Basically, they are all the sensors. So these sensors will, that way, their privacy is also taken care. So these are all only the sensors. So these sensors will detect, suppose if somebody has fallen down from the bed, or if they are, while walking, if there is a fall happens, and even gadgets which are coming, and the sensors which are fitted onto the wall and things like that, it will be there. So there is a good amount of innovation which is happening there. Also, in terms of other things like gadgets, like the mobiles and other things which are much, much senior friendly. And even in the panic alarm systems, the latest ones, not only the physical ones which is fitted on the wall, there are panic buttons fitted with the our own gadgets on the hand or in the mobile and things like that. Okay. And so these are all certain things which are happening on the technology side. And even the houses are becoming quite more safer in terms of it could be the remote opening and locking of the doors, video phones, or all these, I think, then the RFID tags to detect their movement within the campus or when they move out of the campus. So tracking them on a GPRS. So no, I think there is quite a lot of things will happen now. Okay.
That's important. Keeping a track of everything, kind of, because once they come into the campus, then the responsibility of these senior citizens happens to be of the company or the service provider. So, sir, affordability is something which any accommodation would look at, and senior citizen or senior living is no different than that. Anything that is being done to make this more affordable, or is Manasum working on certain lines so that more and more people can afford this? And is there any government aid for this, or is government also supporting this particular initiative to help buy these properties?
Okay. So as of now, if you look at, yes, affordability is a big question mark, because most of the senior living projects which are available is available either for the upper middle class or a little bit of the higher, affluent, affluent families. Okay. So that is there always, right now. So the main thing what comes here is the maintenance, actually. So overall maintenance and the food costs also, we are trying to keep it as low as possible without trying to have any margin. You have seen our pricing. So the main This is one of the biggest challenge. So there, if we are able to bring down the maintenance, like in terms of the bringing down, suppose if during the infrastructure time itself, if we have certain things like, for example, the solar powered lights or the some kind of an alternative the power availability, so that the common area maintenance costs can come down. But since there are a lot of manpower involved in this, okay, in terms of housekeeping or in terms of the cooking and kitchens, all these places, so that cost bringing down is a tough one only. Since it is a more of a manpower driven organization, right? I mean, sorry, right? So here the challenge is probably we may try bringing down some equipments to clean the places like corridor or the various things, and then reduce a little bit of manpower there. Okay. So I'm sure if the technology comes into these kind of things, there may be a 10 to 20% price may come down. But beyond that, I doubt whether the prices can come down. Okay.
But government does not have any support for this?
Yeah, right now, no. Because there are some governments who have started senior living projects along with the private operators or service providers. I have seen a couple of projects like that. But majority of the government, they have not done it. Because they are trying to build a lot of their focus may be on old age homes and things like that, where it can cater to mass places. Okay. So in this sector, as of now, there is much. What we are only expecting, or in fact, even I gave a couple of interviews before the budget. I was expecting that some of the services what we provide to the senior living complexes, the GST should have come down. Like, for example, GST is 18% for all services what we provide. The GST on food is 5%. So at least in a senior living complex, the moment you define it as a senior living complex, at least all the services provided there should be it should be less than 18%, maybe around 4-5%, and on food some 2-3% kind of thing should be enough. Okay. But we expected something to happen in the budget. It did not.
Event. I wish that this reaches the policymakers and they take stock of the situation. And I also wish that, like our Prime Minister has announced Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, someday they announced Pradhan Mantri Senior Living Awas Yojana for senior citizens, and which we should benefit. And there's so much of scope. Like you said, by the year 2050, there will be the population of senior citizens in the country will double. So which means we will need more facilities to take care of them later on also,
So one thing if you look at these seniors would have paid taxes throughout their life, right? Okay. Be it an income tax or whatever is the taxes they have paid throughout their life. Now, their income is not increasing year on year. Okay. Because of the inflation, it will coming down only. Even the FD interest rates keeps coming down only. It will never go up. Okay. And so when these things are happening, they should get a concession in all these things. Okay.
I'm sure they must be thinking about this, and at least we will try to reach out to them and our voice gets to them. Anantha sir, it was fabulous talking all this. Any parting thoughts that you would have for senior living? What is your wish apart from a reduction on taxes and other things? What else? How do you foresee this over a period of maybe another decade or two?
Yeah. So first thing is the objective in which the Manasum started the senior living is basically we wanted to kind of transform their life. Like if you look at our logo, this is actually, it's a butterfly. Okay. So if you look at the butterfly, it has transformed its life, right? Okay. From the caterpillar, it has become the swan.
And what is the meaning of Manasum, if I may ask?
Oh, okay. So, in most of the languages, no, the man is there, right? Manasu in Kannada is from the heart, actually. So from my the heart. Okay. So from the heart. So similarly, so that was the first initial thing. But later, what happened when we were looking at the Manasu was the initial thing what we thought. But later, when we were looking at the logo, we had one of my partner when we started, like for us to come to this senior living, he is one Mr. Mangalchand Jain. He is the responsible. Okay, he is a person who has guided us and to bring it. So MA was Mangalchand and ANA is Anantharam, SUM is Sumati, my wife. Okay, so both of these things clubbed actually. It came together. Okay, then so initially we thought Manasu. Okay, in Kannada, Manasu means from the heart. Okay, that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Our thought was to transformation, the way the butterfly transformed itself into a totally different life, right? Okay. So that is what we wanted for the seniors. Okay. We wanted them to transform once they come here, and then they would have had 101 problems during their entire lifetime. Now they have to forget all those things and then enjoy their life from now on. So enjoying and then enjoying the rest of the life is what the Manasum is all about. Okay. So
amazing. Sir, this is so encouraging and so much full of love and affection that you guys are giving, and you have thought so much for the senior living. I really appreciate, and thank you for all this that you are bringing for our old age generation. Sir, it was a very nice topic that we got from you, and I'm sure many people are going to understand. There a lot of confusion is going to be cleared in their mind, the difference between senior living and old age home and assisted living. Very nicely explained, and I'm sure people are going to take advantage, and we are going to share your link in the description. If somebody wants more information or wants to reach out to you, can do that by clicking. Thank you very much, sir. Anything that you want to say before you leave?
So thank you very much for inviting to this particular the platform. So one departing thought I want to give. Okay.
Yes.
Say, in case if your parents are staying with you, okay, that's the best gift what you can give it. Okay. Continue to have them with you only. Okay. So let us not send them to the senior living. Okay. That is the best what you can give it. But by chance, because of various circumstances, the people have moved already away. They have gone to the different countries, and then there is different. It's very challenging for you to come back, or because of your posting, you may be working in various defense and other places. It is difficult for you to stay with them. And because of the necessity, they have to move to a senior living, then you can make use of this. So otherwise, if they're staying with you, please take care of them. That's the best gift what we can give it to them.
Amazing, sir. Amazing. Thank you so much for being here and guiding us and enlightening us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting.